In this video, I just want to talk about television, impact of television. So we watch TV because it's easy. And I'm talking from experience. We watch TV because it's easy. It requires no effort at all. We could just prop down. There's no expectations. We could just do it. It's easy. There's no expectations. We can just, it's like, we're relaxing. It takes us away from our world. It takes us away from responsibilities. We could just sit down and enjoy it. And I believe that it has its place, but a lot of times I think we're doing too much of things that are easy, too much relaxing, too much just enjoying, just not doing anything. I think that at some point we have to say to ourselves, is this what I want my life to be? Do I want to have at the end of my life spent 10,000 hours in front of a television or longer, And so it's just something to be thinking about today is, what do you want your life to stand for? At the end of your life, what do you want to have happened? What do you want people to say at your funeral? What do you want to be known for? What do you want people to believe about you? What are your expectations when people come to you, And so I know it's easy to watch TV, but I think we got to be thinking about the future and where we see ourselves, where we want to be. And we only get more of the same if we do the same thing. So if we're doing whatever we're doing right now is indicative of what's going to happen in 5 years if we don't change. And so we have to figure out what needs to happen, and we have to start doing the hard things. And it's just hard for a little while. It's not hard for a long time, but we got to figure out how to do the hard things. And I get it. I get it. I watch television way too much. And so I see the detrimental effects of watching TV, or the consequences of watching TV. It gives you unrealistic expectations, but oftentimes we're watching someone else live their lives. We're watching people work to make their dreams come true. These actresses on television, actors, they have spent their whole lives perfecting their crafts, getting better, and we're watching TV to support them. But in the same breath, we have given up on our dreams. We've given up on what we love. We've given up on what we want. And so I believe Zig Ziglar said that you will find that rich people have small TVs and big libraries, and you will find that poor people have big TVs and no libraries. And I think that it's important that we just draw a line in the sand about what it is that we want. And I'm not saying that either one is better or worse. I think it's just a decision. So if you make a decision that you're going to watch TV every single day for 5 or 6 hours, and I believe that that's like the statistic, that most people go home after work and watch 5 or 6 hours of TV. And that's anything, right? That's Netflix, that's Hulu, that's all these different subscription services, television services, streaming services. I think that if you're going home every single day and watching 5 hours of TV, I think that as long as you're aware, you've made a conscious decision. And the same thing with on social media. These iPhones, these smartphones, they tell us how long we've been on the internet in a day, daily. They tell us how long we've been on the internet weekly. And I think that if we're aware, as long as we're aware that this is what we're doing with our time, and we're okay with giving up this time every single week, and not pursuing things that we want, giving up on our dreams. I think as long as we're cognizant of the fact that this is what we're doing, that we're giving up our hopes and dreams to watch television every single day or be on social media. I think as long as we realize this sacrifice or the give and take that we've given, we've given up our lives, our destiny to watch TV. I think as long as we're aware, I think it's cool. But if you're not even paying attention that you've lost 5 years of your life because every single day you sit down in front of the TV, it's your way to unwind. I think at some point we got to say, if this is what we want, cool. But this is not what we want. We got to figure out what to do now. We got to figure out, okay, maybe you watch 1 hour less of TV and you work out, or you read, or you spend time with your children, or you do something to pursue your dreams. And then just a little bit at a time, you start an hour and 30 minutes or 2 hours you spend doing these things that are important to, your longevity. And then, watch TV the rest of the time until you get to where you're happy with, you can watch a little bit of TV, you can pursue your dreams a little bit. Watch a little bit of TV, pursue your dreams a little bit. Oftentimes we give up on ourselves. We give up on our dreams because we're tired. We come home after a long day's work and we're tired. But the truth is, when we come home, we've given our best hours to, if we decide to give our best hours to somebody else, but we still got to pursue something that makes us happy, something that brings us joy, something that feeds our creative spirit. So we got to figure out how to do that. If that's, and I believe in a little bit at a time, an hour every single day until you can build up 2 hours, just a little bit at a time. Pursuing something that you really want every single day, pursuing something that brings you joy, pursuing something that you need to do, pursuing things that you want to do. I believe that it's important. I believe in the age that we live in that it's important that we learn all we can about technology, particularly AI, that we learn all we can. We get skills. If that's 2 skills a year, we learn 2 new skills, 3 new skills a year. But I believe it's important that we're constantly learning and growing. And so just to be thinking about, this relationship that we have with television, or social media, or these streaming services, just making sure that we are aware that this is what we want. We want this for this, or we're willing to, take a little bit of time to do something that we enjoy, take a little bit of time to pursue something that we want to do, pursuing our dreams. And so I've been reading a lot about when people get older and they're on their deathbed, what they're saying, what their regrets are. And one of the things is that they wish that they would have pursued their dreams. They wish that they would have taken more risk. And I think that if we're, still living and breathing, we can pursue, we could take some risk, we could pursue our dreams, we could do some of the things that we want to do. We don't have to get to the end of our life and be like woulda, coulda, shoulda. No, we can do it right now. And I think it's just like taking a little piece every day of our life back to do something that we enjoy. And even if we're tired, because I believe that if you are engaged in something that you love, you're going to take an hour, hour when you get home. If you're exhausted, if you take an hour, do something that you enjoy. If you take an hour, do something that you love. I believe that gives you energy. I believe that gives you strength. And so just something to be thinking about today. Just something to really be thinking about. Are you headed in the direction that you want? And so what does that mean? That means that if your life stays the same, if your life stays exactly the same today, are you going to be happy in 1 year? In 5 years, in 10 years, in retirement? Is this the way you want your life to be? If you are satisfied with your life, then that's great. But if you are not satisfied with your life, you got to sit down with a piece of paper and decide, what is it that you want? What is the goal that you need to be working on, or that you want to work on? What's the goal? And then what's the plan? Like, what are the steps that have to happen for you to accomplish that goal? And even if you don't know all the steps, just start writing down the steps that you do know and start taking action every single day towards the goal that you want, and have some metrics in place that you can every single day you can monitor those metrics, and you can see, okay, I made this step, this happened, I need to tweak this, or this worked. I made the sales calls, whatever you did, you worked out so many times during the week. So having those metrics in place will help you kind of stay on track. And then if you have somebody who can support you, accountability partner, a cheerleader, somebody who can call and say, okay, did you go and work out 30 minutes? Did you read the 10 pages? What did you do towards your goal every single day, so that you can get to the end of your life and it's the life that you wanted. It's the life that you dreamed of, that you've accomplished your goals and dreams. So something to be thinking about today.